The rain fell endlessly on the small coastal town of Eldra. The windows rattled in the storm, and the wind carried the bitter scent of salt from the sea. At the far edge of town, close to the cliffs, stood the old wooden house of Dr. Mara Ellen, a botanist who believed that plants, not people, held the true secret of life. She had spent her entire life chasing one dream: to bring the dead back to life. For years, she had worked on a mysterious serum she called viridium, a bright green liquid designed to regenerate dead plant tissue. Mara believed that, someday, it might even work on humans. On that stormy night, she stood before her final experiment. Inside a glass tube, the green liquid shimmered with a strange pulse. Outside, thunder cracked open the sky, and in a single flash of lightning, everything changed. The lightning struck her greenhouse roof, jolting through the metallic frame and into the glass vials. The viridium glowed violently as it spilled over a rare fungus she had collected from a deep forest. The fungus and the serum fused together in an instant, and then ... silence. Moments later, a soft green mist began to rise from the floor, thick, glowing, and oddly alive. It seeped through the cracks in the greenhouse windows, spreading out into the stormy night. The rain carried it across Eldora, over the rooftops, through the streets, into every shadow and graveyard. By morning, the town was not the same. At the old cemetery, something began to stir. The earth moved, and hands, not pale and decayed, but covered in green vines and petals, broke through the soil. The dead were rising, but they were not like the monsters from nightmares. Their eyes glowed softly, their skin was laced with moss, and flowers bloomed from their veins. They did not attack or groan for flesh. They simply moved toward the sunlight, as though reaching for something lost. When night came, the streets shimmered with blue and green light. The undead stood like glowing statues beneath the stars. It was terrifying, and yet strangely beautiful, as if death itself had decided to blossom. Dr. Mara watched in horror and awe. This was her creation, her miracle, her curse. The town, however, called it the end of the world. People screamed, locked their doors, and prayed to unseen gods. The government surrounded Eldora, quarantining it from the rest of the world. Those who entered the mist never came back, but Mara couldn't leave it alone. Guilt and curiosity dragged her back into the greenhouse. Wearing a gas mask, she stepped inside. The air was thick and humming with life. The vines pulsed faintly, and flowers breathed in rhythm, as if the entire room had a heartbeat. At the center of it all was the original glass tube, her serum, still glowing, but now alive. Small flowers grew from its sides, dripping green tears onto the floor. Then, from behind her, came a whisper. Mother... Mara turned. Standing there was her daughter Leanne, who had died 3 years ago. But she was no longer human. Her skin shimmered with chlorophyll veins, and her hair bloomed with blue petals. Mara's breath caught in her throat. Leanne smiled faintly and reached out a trembling hand. "We don't feel pain anymore," she said softly. "Here... everything is peaceful." Tears streamed down Mara's face. The mist wasn't killing the dead, it was transforming them. It wasn't destruction, it was a rebirth. And now, it was spreading to the living. People who inhaled the spores began to change. Their skin sprouted leaves, their eyes turned green, their hearts slowed, but their faces remained calm, almost blissful. Soon, many stopped resisting. Some even walked willingly into the glowing fog, whispering prayers of thanks as vines wrapped around them. The town no longer screamed, it sang. The voices of the living and the dead blended together, soft and endless, like the sound of wind in the trees. Mara realized she had created more than a disease. She had opened a door, a new stage of evolution. Humanity was merging with nature. The old world of decay and mortality was fading, replaced by something eternal and alien. That night, Mara stood by her lab table with the last vial of pure viridium. She knew one drop could undo everything, or complete it forever. The choice was hers: destroy the source and save what remained of humanity, or let the world change into something new, something unrecognizable but eternal. Outside, the moonlight bathed the town in silver and green. Every building, every street, every corpse had turned into a part of a vast, living garden. She looked out through the window and saw her daughter's glowing face, smiling gently in the mist. Mara uncapped the vial. The light poured out, brilliant and silent. When the sun rose, the army finally entered but the town was gone. In its place stood a vast emerald forest, filled with birdsong and shimmering flowers. The air was clean and sweet, yet beneath the leaves, if one listened closely, faint whispers drifted through the wind, human voices murmuring, "We are here. We have only changed." Eldora became a forbidden place, sealed from the world. Scientists named it the Garden of the Undying, and though decades passed, strange green mists still appeared after heavy storms, spreading quietly across distant lands, waiting patiently for the next lightning strike, for the next soul ready to bloom.